This is my review of The Promised Neverland, Chapter 127, Confrontation. So, Musica is basically Jesus. I theorized that last week, and I was 100% right. She is freaking Jesus. Drinking of her blood provides eternal salvation to all who follow her, and yet nothing is known about her. Date of birth unknown, place of origin unknown. Her existence was only confirmed 700 years ago, after the promise, but before the farms were set up. She went to all these starving demons of the world, and just by giving them a drop of her blood, they became perfect. They no longer had to eat humans to retain their intelligence and their form. And what's more, their blood became like hers, and could purify any other demon it touched. In a sense, this could almost be thought of as a viral outbreak, spreading from patient to patient, infecting everyone until essentially it covers the entire planet. But the royal family and the aristocrats decided against that, and instead they ate every last immortal demon they could find, and thus by doing so they became immortal. They ruined the world's only chance for salvation, so that they could remain in power. And oddly enough, I agree with them on this. By limiting the food supply, they have ensured an ordered and peaceful society. No one can oppose them or overthrow them because then they wouldn't have food for themselves and they would die. In a sense, it's created a perfectly calm and more or less peaceful society. That's what I would say, but not anymore. They are running out of food. The quality has been going down. Even the demons who do get food are barely holding on to their intelligence anymore. Things are going bad, and they have a cure. They could cure every demon in the world, make them immortal. Even the ones that have gone rabid, they could cure them, fix them. They could cure them and fix them, make them a advanced species, a better species. Hell, maybe even a species that could overthrow all of humanity and take over the entire world, not just their half of it. But instead, now they're trying horrific and grotesque experiments to try to create better food instead of just giving people the cure. That is what I can't stand among these snooty upper-class demons. It also makes sense that they said Musica didn't survive, because telling everyone she's dead would keep them from searching for her, so they can search for her, so they can put an end to her before she can infect anyone else. She's clearly been in hiding ever since then, because if she just started making demons left and right mortal again, they would find her eventually. So for now, their only real goal is just to survive, and hopefully, eventually, things will get better. I mean, if Emma was somehow able to get to the Seven Walls and make a new deal that completely forbade demons from eating human meat, assuming that is enforceable by their god, whoever that might be. Though if they follow the Jesus analogy anymore, he's probably Musica's father. Anyway, if it is made that the demons can no longer eat human meat, then the royal family will have no choice but to make all the demons essentially immortal, to give them the royal blood so that they are safe too. That might be the only way that they can achieve peace. Though even then, there are going to be demons who are going to want to hurt humans, who are going to want to hunt them, which is the whole thing with Norman this entire chapter. Emma wants to go after Musica or the royal family and get their blood to all the demons. They can all be saved. And Norman's just against that because he knows that even with the Seven Walls plan, demons love killing humans. They love hunting them. Even if, I theorized a second ago that if the promise could affect demons in such a way that they are physically incapable of hurting humans, that'd solve everything, but it seems unlikely the promise will be able to affect them on such a grandiose scale. So the plan has been set. Norman is going to try and kill Musica and Sonja, and Emma is just not on board with it, which, in my opinion, is going to lead to a race. Now that Norman has given his big speech and Emma is about to burst into tears, Ray is going to say, okay, give us a week to find the walls and see if we can make some kind of deal that will ensure everyone's survival while your guys are starting the revolution to overthrow the government. If we succeed, if we can do this within the next 7 days before the revolution starts, then we win. If we can't, then you guys win. We'll sit by while all the demons in the world are killed, even Sonja and Musica. Of course, it might not be that civil. Ray might just say, fine, whatever, and leave with Emma and then sneak out the next night to go find the 7 walls. I'm curious where the others would fall in that plan. I mean, the whole thing has basically been... the whole conclusion of the first arc was basically that they had to work with all of the other kids to get the stuff done. So I can't imagine it's just going to be Emma and Ray leaving on their own, abandoning everyone else behind. The others have worked hard to learn and to study and to figure out everything they're going to need in order to survive in this world. What's her name? The girl with the ponytails has been studying medicine for years just so she could save one of them if the opportunity ever showed up. That was her role. She knew that she could do good, that she could possibly save a life. So I could see her coming along. Maybe Don and Gilda too. They're left behind a lot. They didn't go to Goldie Pond. They weren't really involved in the whole escape plan until halfway through the arc, but for a while, and even then they weren't told the full story. So I'd like it if they came along for the ride. And then it'll just be a race, and that'd probably be how the series ends, you know? Emma and Ray and whoever follows them along are going to the 7 walls, whatever the freak that means. I mean, seriously, they've been saying this for a long time. 7 walls. That just mean it's some kind of weird 7-sided wall? Or does that mean it's like 7 layers of walls? Like you have to pass through 7 trials to get to the other end and talk to God and get him to make a new deal? Again, I'm definitely thinking the God that they worship is Musica's father. That just makes a lot of sense. You know, she and her people were safe and immortal and perfect, but she went out to the common folk to grant them salvation, and in exchange, she was persecuted for it. I certainly think that would be an interesting direction for the series to take. But yeah, it's certainly looking like Norman is on the let's kill all the demons plan, even if another solution comes out, and honestly, that would be a whole other issue if they do manage to make peace with the demons, because his followers don't want peace. They would gladly... I think at this point they would gladly throw down their lives if it meant just the chance to go kill more demons. And short of just destroying everyone's free will, there's not a lot they can do. Alright, so that is my review of The Promised Neverland. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below and what you think is going to happen next. And until then, peace.